Hey everyone, in this video we are going over coding problem 4.3.3, which is on lists. So this problem wants you to write a function called Lists4, which takes in two lists, and each list will contain letters from A to E as strings, and if the index of the answers list and the key list, when you index to it, if it's the same letter, then it's correct. And ultimately, this function, you want to return the total number of correct answers. So let's start by just writing the function header. So we just put def grade scantron. Let's call one of them answers and the other one the key. So in this, obviously the test answers and the test key have to line up. So right here, if you look right here, it says if the number of items do not line up, then you want to return -1 because the answer key does not belong to the same test. So let's check for that first. So let's just make that an if statement. So if the length of the answers is not equal to the length of the key, then we want to return -1. Okay, so now we have that case satisfied. So if it's not equal, then no matter what's going to do that. All other cases, which means it's equal, you want to catch in this else. So this is where the majority of the problem lies. So let's first initiate a count to keep track of how many answers the student got right. So let's start at 0. And then we want to loop through all of the indices, but you also have to keep track of the index that you're on so you can compare against the next list. So let's loop through it using indices. So that's your classic for I in range something. So let's just start I in range. Now we want to loop through the length of a list. It doesn't matter if you do answers or key because it'll give you the same number since we're in else. So length of, let's do answers. So now we're going to loop through like index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So now we have to check if the answer at that index is equal to the key at that index, and if so, then you want to increment count because it's another correct answer they got. If not, we don't have to do anything. So that's just an if statement. If answers, and then we index into I is equal to key the index into I. So right here. So let's just take a look at what I just wrote right here. So if answer is I, so let's just take test answers. Let's say we're on I equals 0. So answers I will give you the string A, and then the key I gives you also the string A. So we're good. So hope you see how like indexing helps a lot with this one. So if the answer at that index is equal to the key at that index, we want to increment count because it's another problem they got right. So plus equals 1. We don't need to put an else because we don't have to do anything if the answers are not equal to the key. So in this case, we can just jump out of the for loop. So it runs through the whole thing, gets the total number of answers they got right, and then just have it return count. So there you go. There's the solution to this answer. So let's just run it real fast. And there you go. There's 7. So let's submit it and see if they all come back correct. There you go. So So there you have it. Here's the answer to coding problem 4.3.3.